Did you know that we know more about space than we do the deep blue sea?
Really?
How the fuck's that possible?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think so.
Yeah, but
He told me that.
there's a lot more space than there is sea, though, isn't there?
People
We don't know
a
that.
lot of it, though.
We don't know that.
We do know that. We know how much sea there is, don't we?
Yeah,
No, we don't.
Space is definitely bigger.
Because I just told you.
Space is infinite.
No, we know how much sea there is, but
No, we don't.
Infinite.
we don't know much about what's going on down there.
Have you ever been to the centre of the Earth?
No.
Exactly. So you don't know that there isn't hollow Earth.
Well, and then where does the water go?
What the fuck's going on? Last thing we want to speak to you about, Joe, before we let you go, is you do a poddy, don't you?
A poddy.
Yeah, you do a poddy
I do a poddy.
with Tom.
But he's not here now.
No, we like Tom.
Oh.
We like you as well.
Oh.
And I like your podcast.
Oh, dear.
What's your podcast called?
My podcast, thank you for this. My podcast is called Things People Do.
And it is...
Find it from wherever you get your podcasts.
But, and what I will
else do I have
say,
to say?
what I will say is we have a lot of guests on here. 99.9% of them we actually love, don't we? Lovely people.
Show off.
But they...
You're in the point one.
everyone
What a treat.
everyone who comes on it, they're usually 99 times out of 100, they're plugging something,
Yeah.
right? And we have to plug it and we have to promote it and we probably have to say nice things about it. I genuinely do love this podcast. Like I said, Joe, I'm not trying to be a bastard. I didn't know much about rugby. I didn't know much about you.
Yeah.
I discovered the podcast.
Yeah.
And you're a funny man.
Oh.
You're a nice man. And I really like the podcast.
Yeah, I like you. I like that you do. I like
You
that.
can't take compliments back,
Yeah.
can you?
I like you. I like you both.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed my time here.
Right. But before
I didn't come on here as a tool to plug. my podcast.
No. But
I came on here because I find you two really funny, and I was like, I'd quite like to jump into that for a bit and see where that goes.
No, you've been great. I've loved it.
But now that I've done it, I've gone, what a fucking regret that's going to be. Really.
We're all right with that, Win.
What I should have done was come in here, gone, hi.
Yeah.
Anything you asked, I like straight back
Yeah.
and then go, things people do, where I ask questions
Well, you can do that.
with my host,
You can
co-host Tom Ford. Did you ever listen to
That
the
Peter
Peter
Crouch
Crouch
podcast.
Yeah, he was on that, and you stole
He was-
him from that.
I didn't steal it.
Well, he
did.
left there about
You did.
3 months before
And
he
ever
started
since
yours,
he's
didn't he?
left that podcast has gone down the fucking
It
pan.
has.
Did you hear that, Tom? Tom?
Genuinely, I used to love it.
Whoa,
And then
whoa,
Tom Fordyce
whoa.
left.
I'm joking about
Being
that.
nice for
I'm
Tom.
You hear that, Tom?
We're friends with Chris Stark, you
I'm
nutter.
being nice for Tom right now. We've
right,
had
all right,
Chris
okay.
Stark's been on. We don't need to do that again.
Okay.
Tom's
You're
not been
friends
on.
with Chris as well?
Yeah.
Chris has been
Oh,
on.
is he nice?
Yeah.
I've only ever FaceTimed him in a
He's
Japanese
lovely.
car park.
Right. Is that when you were eating your vaginal yeast flat whites?
No, not that time.
okay.
That was 4 years before. I had a dick, a permanent dick on my neck.
Coffee. What?
Yeah, weird. Ask him about it next time you see him.
Permanent dick on your neck.
Have you why? Do you remember when you FaceTimed Joe or Joe FaceTimed you in the Japanese car park?
Wow. Well, anyway, his podcast wank now, right? Because you took their major component, the main component in the Peter Crouch podcast, Tom Fordyce.
Okay, you'd argue that Peter Crouch was the main component in that one, but I like what you're doing here. Let's big up Tom.
Yeah. So you took him.
I took him. He took me.
He's now your co-host.
Tom came to me. He said, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I
Did he
said,
really?
Yeah. He said, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I went, "Oh, there's so many rugby podcasts out there. I don't want to do another fucking rugby
Good, the
podcast.
bad, and the rugby.
I don't really want to do. Don't fucking plug that shit.
No, I've never listened to a second of it.
Obviously.
It's actually all right. If you want to know about rugby, you should listen to that.
Yeah, well, that's
Get
how I
James
found out.
on here
That's how I found out about Gary Owen.
Yeah.
because he was on there, was he?
Up and overs.
Up and Under. Oh, did you ever watch Up and Under with the woman from Game On? Do you remember the
I
woman
don't know
from
what Game On is.
Did you never watch Game On?
What's Game On?
What's happening?
What? You've never seen Game On?
No.
Google Game On.
What am I saying? Just Game
Google
On.
Game On TV show.
Not gay men.
Oh, sorry. That was your previous search.
Game On.
What's that bookmarked?
Game
Game on. Oh,
It's
yeah.
from 1995. I was 2.
Okay, did you watch it?
She was in EastEnders, wasn't she?
Yes.
Samantha.
And she was in Up and Under.
Okay, what's Up and Under?
Google Up and Under
Why
film.
didn't I just go straight to that one?
Was
That's a
Frank Spencer
rugby
in
league film. No, but Thingy's dad was.
that? Okay, Thingy's that.
1998 film.
Freya Riding's dad.
What the fuck is going on here?
Was in Up and Under, I think. Look at the people who's in Up and Under.
What am I checking? Just
Up
who's
and
in it?
Under characters.
Neil Morrissey?
The singer.
Gary Olsen.
Was there anyone called Summit Ridings in there?
Why?
Yes, Richard.
Richard Ridings?
Yeah.
Freya Riding's dad. He was in Up and Under.
What?
Exactly.
Who's Freya Riding?
This is your...
The singer. Standing on the platform, I'm watching you go.
This is your moment to plug your podcast.
Oh, yeah, things people do.
Yeah, you got 60 seconds into this
Where
camera.
if you... Everyone's got a story if you ask the right questions. Or do what these two prats did and ask whatever the fuck they wanted to then get the bloke cancelled. That's what they do. I don't do that. We talk to people like astronauts, drainage engineers, chimney sweeps.
Yeah.
Any job, anything out there.
Beekeeper. I listened to
Beekeeper,
that.
she was good.
That was good.
Who'd we have on yesterday? We had a polar explorer.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was the first man to traverse the Antarctic alone. And I set my opening question, because it's like a hell of achievement. I said, why didn't you just do it forward? And he didn't find it funny.
Good episode though.
How do you find these people? Because like with sort of like popular podcasts and with our podcast, like you go through booking agents,
Yeah.
Twitter and stuff. But how do you find like normal day-to-day people?
Well, a lot of them are listeners. We get our listeners on, and they've been some of my favourite episodes. Like we had a lad called Josh, who was a chimney sweep.
Okay.
And I went, a chimney sweep? Well, it's not the fucking 40s.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And so you learn that there are still chimney sweeps out there. What do you actually do? What day to day on that lot? And he's a listener, he gets it, and the stories that come off the back of it.
The worry with that though is that comedians, athletes, people like this in the public eye, they're often like used to being on camera, and it's quite a skill to be able to talk on camera as well. How do you know that your listeners who are not used to being in front of the camera are going to come on and be able to give you a good interview? Their story might be great, but how do you know they're going to be good storytellers?
Well, it's good. We haven't had too many duds.
No?
Most of them, you do a pre-call as you do, check it all out, see if they've got some good stories, but then you're never really sure until they get in the studio and the camera's in front of their face. But then that's on us.
Yeah.
That's on me and Tom to try and make them
Feel
comfortable and as calm and just like safe as possible.
Yeah.
Like, almost like the opposite of what you two have done. Sorry, was that too aggressive? I'd say so. Where you've just belittled me and the sport and any achievement. I've actually I haven't achieved anything.
You have. You've won 3 Six Nations.
And a Grand Slam.
Brilliant. Can't even do it with a straight face.
Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Smashed it. And what? 2 with Harlequins?
Can't even do it with the...
And then
leagues-
tried
how many-
everything possible to get me cancelled,
How many-
including you, Danny Aarons. Piece of shit. What's going to happen here? I don't understand
Nothing.
the YouTube world. If I call Darry Aarons Danny,
Yeah.
I don't keep doing that on purpose. It's a speech impediment that I have.
Yeah.
I can't say the word Danny.
So you don't have to worry about his question, because that's a shit question that goes around the internet all the time.
Do you know Danny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Danny.
He's been on the pod 3 times.
Get him on now. Get him in. Where is he? Where's he?
FaceTime him?
Yeah, FaceTime Danny.
He's not answering you, is he?
Right, let's see.
Anyway, my pod. Ryan, what do I have to say for the pod? I'll tell you the truth. Rather than trying to give
Go on.
a sort of spiel, basically, I used to really hate... Are you ringing him? Oh, let's see if this pans out.
Oh, unavailable.
I told you it wasn't answering.
Is this live?
Yeah.
No, the pod
he's
isn't
heard
live.
it live.
No, it's not live.
It's not working.
We're not at Twickenham. We're not doing hide and seek.
We edit.
Do you want to do hide and seek?
Yeah. I'd be keen.
If you do hide and seek in here, where are you hiding?
In here, behind...
In your hoodie.
Only if we can scissor like Pisces.
Right, Joe.
Yeah, my pod, I'll be honest, I used to really struggle with people. I didn't like people.
Really?
I was a bit of a hermit. And I'd like just stay in the rock, under the rock. I couldn't do it.
No.
Everyone was a fucking, fuck you. Had no trust with anyone. Don't trust anyone. Didn't trust anyone. I'm working on that now.
Yeah, right.
Did this pod and started to meet all these different people out there. Because in rugby, you're stuck in this rugby bubble, and it's not real world.
No.
And you don't really know what's going on. And then when you start meeting a drainage engineer, like normal people and actually doing normal jobs, like, but it's interesting and funny. I just started to fall in love with people.
That's nice.
I just love meeting people now.
Who's not necessarily your favourite, because it's probably unfair.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, who's like an episode
That stands out.
Yeah, that stands
we had
out.
a marine biologist called Gookie, Darren Gook, on. He was like early doors.
Yeah.
And it was like some of the shit that he knew about the sea.
Yeah.
Because that's what marine is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marine.
Yes.
Did you know that we know more about space than we do the deep blue sea?
Really?
How the fuck's that possible?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think so.
Yeah, but
He told me that.
there's a lot more space than there is sea, though, isn't there?
We're unable
We
to
don't
move
know
a
that.
lot of it, though.
We don't know that.
We do know that. We know how much sea there is, don't we?
Yeah,
No, we don't.
Space is definitely bigger.
'Cause I
than
just
the
told
sea.
you.
Space is infinite.
No, we know how much sea there is, but
Sea
No, we
is
don't.
infinite.
we don't know much about what's going on down there because we can't go
Exactly.
too deep.
Right.
But we know how big it is. It's only as big as the Earth, but less.
If you had to...
But you don't know that.
Well, it can't be bigger than the Earth, can it? You can't have more sea than Earth.
Yeah, you can't...
Have you ever been to the centre of the Earth?
No.
Exactly. So you don't know that there isn't hollow Earth.
Well, and then where does the water go?
What the fuck's going on?
Your pod's good, though.
Your pod is great. Stevie, if you had to suggest a guest for Joe that we've had on Happy Hour...
Oh yeah, who's got an interesting job?
So we've had a couple of like life stories and normal job people. Balan Jalal.
Yeah.
Balanjalal.
Dr. Balan Jalal. He
he's a
is
doctor.
an expert in sleep paralysis.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis?
Is that when you're like half asleep and you think someone's in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're scared shitless?
Yeah.
But with you guys, when that happens,
Yeah.
is there part of you that actually enjoys it?
Yeah.
Because although I'm scared and I feel like I'm awake
Yeah.
and that someone's coming in the room and I want to like swing and that lot,
Yeah.
but then when I wake up,
Yeah.
I know you think you're shouting as well.
Yeah.
You're like,
can't move.
and you think you're actually shouting, but
Yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
And you can't move it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Well,
Baland Jalal. Great guess.
He was a professor at Harvard University who like studied sleep and night terrors and nightmares and stuff like that.
Do you like nightmares?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you eat cheese before bed on purpose?
I don't like cheese, but I would for that.
You don't like
reason.
cheese? Why don't you like cheese?
Nah, it's just not.
Oh, we had a cheesemonger on. Ned, the cheesemonger, he was on. He liked cheese.
Learn a lot
I
about
like
it.
cheese. He sent me some cheese.
Do you know Big John? Bash.
Bash.
Yeah, he used
Have
to-
you been round his house?
No.
Oh, you going to go round his house or what?
He's been on there. He didn't invite us, so
What?
yeah. And he
Oh,
invited
no.
everyone.
He does.
He
Didn't invite. Did you not make a good impression of him?
No, we got on. But he used to sell cheese, is what I'm saying. But this episode is 100 miles an hour all over the place. You've been an absolute delight, a joyful man, a friendly man. You gonna say anything?
so scared he's just going to fall back.
I don't know what this has been, but I've loved it. It's been great fun.
I want to thank both of you. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think what you're doing is fucking great.
Same to
I
you.
think it's so fun,
Same to you.
and it's been really nice to meet you.